Good evening and welcome to Up South. Dussehra greetings to all our viewers on this broadcast. I'll be joined live from Mysore by my colleague Pratibha Raman. Pratibha, that's quite a fabulous sight behind you, the Mysore Palace. What's the mood looking like?
Well, at the outset, happy Dussehra to one and all, and to you too, Sudhir. And what you see behind me is the beautiful Mysore Palace that is going to be shortly from now illuminated wholly, and all of them here gathered here to see this wonderful sight. And in Karnataka, one must remember, Sudhir, Dussehra has always been synonymous with Mysore, and I'm here in Mysore to bring you all the updates on the grand celebrations that took place today for Dussehra.
Right, Pratibha, thanks a lot. We will come to you for a detailed update on what's taking place there. And of course, that Mysore Palace, when it's illuminated, it looks a sight to behold. But our top story on Up South today is on the controversial remarks made by music legend Yesudas on women wearing jeans. He said women wearing jeans was against Indian culture and that they should not cause trouble to others by wearing jeans. And in fact, this has created a furor both online and offline. Shisha Reddy has this report.
Sparking a controversy, music legend Yesudas resented women wearing jeans, saying this went against the Indian culture. Yesudas said that women should not attract unwanted attention by wearing revealing dresses. The 74-year-old singer said that these dresses were against the Indian culture, which valued simplicity as the greatest qualities of women. Yesudas' comments drew flack from various organizations.
I appreciate his concern for society and women, but I feel that he lacks understanding in conceiving the idea about the violence against women. There is complete lack of understanding.
The problem with many of our artists are that they only know their art and they do not have any social perspective or a human perspective. They have simply mastered their art, and beyond that they have not travelled. So when they talk on social issues, they really reveal their ignorance and conservative mind.
Yesudas is known for taking bold positions on key social issues, but his latest remark has come under attack for being regressive. Women activists have asked him to withdraw the statement immediately and tender an apology. With Srisha Reddy, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Joining me now from Bangalore is my colleague Rohini Swami. Rohini, pretty surprising that someone like Yesudas, who has himself fought for his right to sing at the famous Guruvayur temple in Kerala, should actually advocate this kind of a restrictive sartorial code. What are the reactions that you're getting on the street in Bangalore?
So a lot of people have been offended by this kind of a comment. Largely also they feel that a person of his stature, especially Yesudas, who's known to be a person who is not just a wonderful singer, a person who's also known to break traditions, like you rightly said, in terms of how he's also looked at singing in front of Guruvayur temple and his constant crusade against to possibly sing over there. The point is, people are upset, especially women, not just Bangalore, but we've heard voices coming from even South India saying, why would he make a statement of that sort? I'm here joined by Swapna. Swapna, how do you look at it? You yourself, you're dressed in jeans. Is it to prove a point?
Well, I'm always dressed in jeans whenever I go out, and I feel that Yesudas being, a senior singer who has been part of Indian cinema and who has seen across the generation, I don't think he should have made such a statement in public. I think this was something very private. He should have addressed it at his family. But saying something of this sort is really disappointing, and I think I was surprised to hear this and read about this tonight.
Let me also ask you, largely, you're a Malayali yourself. How do you look at this kind of a statement coming from Yesudas, a man of his stature?
See, I grew up to his music more than anything else, and in fact, I've met this gentleman once. It's just for a few seconds, but the fact that he comes up something like this in public, I'm sorry, but he is not in any kind of a position to tell my wife what to wear. It's as simple as that. That's how I've seen it, and that's what I felt. I took it as a personal statement. maybe he's entitled to his opinion, but as a public figure, as somebody who's respected, he should not have said that.
If I can quickly bring Swapna in this also. Swapna, if I can ask you, you said you did research immediately after he made the statement about what women wear in Kerala in the yesteryears, right?
Yes, that's right. After reading his comments on Facebook, I did an immediate research and I found out that before 19th century, women were not allowed, Malayali women were not allowed to cover up their top. You know, so I mean, I don't know what is he trying to prove. Should we go back to our ancient days and start dressing up the similar way? Because I think sari is also not part of our original culture.
Friends, this is exactly what people have been saying. Do we go back in our generations, or should he have just restrained himself and maintained his statement and said it within a group of people and not come out in the open in a public space and spoken like this?
Right. Rohini, strong voices there coming in from Bangalore, as has been the case in the other parts of the country. Thanks a lot for joining us there from Bangalore. Now, since Saturday, when Tamil Nadu former Chief Minister Jayalalithaa was arrested, there have been protests by the AIADMK cadre all over Tamil Nadu. And as part of these protests, several controversial posters have been put up by the AIADMK party. Shisha Reddy reports from Chennai.
They would do anything for Jayalalithaa. Unable to come to terms with the verdict by a Karnataka court sentencing the former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister to 4 years in prison, AIADMK supporters have taken to this route to protest. Posters all across Chennai, many of them derogatory. Analysts say targeting the judge who delivered the verdict is a clear contempt of court.
See, these posters are simply abominable, and one has to condemn them irrespective of who does it. And it's a worse situation that a ruling party does it and there's a government which does nothing about it. If only an opposition party or some other organization does this, the government and the police would sweep on them, immediately put them behind bars.
With Jaya's bail plea being adjourned till the 6th of October by the Karnataka High Court, AIADMK supporters continue to whip up sentiment in favour of a release. With Srisha Reddy in Chennai, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Tomorrow, the AIADMK has called for a 12-hour 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. bandh in Puducherry. Of course, the cadre is worried about what their former Chief Minister and Party Supremo is going through inside Bangalore Central Prison. Let's get in a word from Srisha Reddy. Srisha, what are your sources telling you? What has Jayalalithaa been up to inside jail? What's the kind of life that she's leading?
Well, Sudhir, it's a normal, simple life that she's leading. And of course, the prison officials also told Headlines Today that she's not getting any VIP treatment. She's been treated as a normal person, and she has conducted herself very politely. Just that she has not made any luxury demands, but just asked for an iron cord as per the doctor's advice. On the other hand, there are inmates in this particular prison. The ordinary prisoners are provided with a common television set. So she's not even demanded for a television set. But what she does is that she takes food as per the doctor's advice, like she eats bread, milk, biscuits, or chapatis. If she demands for chapatis, the officials provide her with chapatis. On the other hand, she ensures that she reads at least 3 English dailies every day. But just that she will not go for morning walk because it might pose a security threat. So these are things that she is up to, she is doing. So she is, of course, keeping a close eye on what's happening outside the prison as well.
Yes, Shisha, thanks a lot. Of course, that bail petition will come up on the 7th of October at the Karnataka High Court. News now from Bangalore. 3 unidentified men have been booked for molestation and assault after they attacked a group of women. This incident took place on the 29th of September at around 10 o'clock in the night near Jyoti Nivas College in southeast Bangalore when the women were heading home. 3 men on a 2-wheeler followed them, passed lewd comments and even tried to molest them. The women managed to pull 2 of the men down from their 2-wheeler. Even as the 2 fled, the third one continued to misbehave. He eventually fled the spot. The women told the police that the onlookers who had gathered did not come to their rescue. The police have registered a molestation and assault case, but no arrests have been made so far.
these accused have assaulted the girl, and with that there was this entire commotion, after which these 3 accused have escaped that evening. After that, yesterday the case has been registered in the Kormangla police station. The lady has shown us the place and she has also given us a description of the accused, on the basis of which we have already formed a special team and we are investigating.
Dussehra also meant a new swanky office for Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu in his shared capital of Hyderabad. Ratika Sharma sent us this report.
Nearly 4 months after Telangana state became a reality officially and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu took oath of office, he's finally managed to get office space in the state secretariat in Hyderabad. It would be a sense of deja vu for him returning to the secretariat where he was the Chief Minister for 9 years between 1995 and 2004. And even though he has announced Vijayawada and the surrounding region as the new state capital of Andhra Pradesh, Naidu realizes that he needs to keep one foot in Hyderabad as well for political reasons. Today, on Dussehra, Naidu chose to move into his office in the L block in the Secretariat. Now, it has been a learning experience for him managing a state with precarious financial position, and he hopes that the sight of 2 chief ministers working out of the same office complex would remove the feeling of no love lost that had marked the agitation in Telangana. Ratnika Sharma in Hyderabad for Headlines Today.
Welcome back. You're with Up South. Now, Mysore packs a punch every Dussehra. Pratibha Raman reports on the traditional kushti or wrestling where the punch is delivered quite literally.
Well, the stage is set for one of the most grand celebrations that we see year on year at Mysore Palace, where Dussehra celebrations are always on full swing. But this year, albeit with some lessened grandeur, mainly because of the absence of the king. But this particular event here, what you see is the kushti that's played year on year, where 4 wrestlers are chosen every year only for this from the Jetty family who specializes in this particular art. And every year it is held on the last day, which is the 9th day of celebrations, but this year it's held 1 day in advance. Let me actually go across to people who have gathered here in large numbers, mainly from places like Andhra Pradesh as well. Madam, can you actually talk about how excited are you about this event?
Yeah, it's a privilege to watch this Jetty Kaliga, and also for the first time I'm watching this sport, and as well as we are excited and so enjoying the Dussehra festival.
There are many like her who have come from different corners of the world and are all excited to mainly witness the many events that take place here during Dussehra celebrations. And the grand event of Kushti has just begun, where all the wrestlers are here fighting it out, entertaining the large number of people who have gathered here in large crowds. And happy Dussehra to one and all of you. With camera person Madhu, Pratibha Raman at Mysore. Headlines Today.
Right, we can now go across live to Pratibha Raman, who joins us from outside the Mysore Palace. Pratibha, over to you. What's the mood like there in Mysore?
Well, what you see, Sudhir, is the beautiful sight that is the Mysore Palace here. In a short while from now, it's going to be fully illuminated with at least about 1 lakh bulbs. That's what sources do tell us here. And 77 lakh rupees that has been spent in maintenance here for this particular illumination. Many people from all parts of the world have come here to see this grand sight. Though the locals here do miss the king, mainly because he passed away just recently, and there is an underlying sense of pathos, but that still does not stop many of these tourists who've come here. In fact, joining me are some of these youngsters from various places like Orissa to Bihar to Jharkhand, and in fact this young man has heard so much about Mysore Dussehra celebrations, and he works in Bangalore. And how did you plan this trip?
वैसा कुछ नहीं है, बेसिकली बचपन से ख्वाब था किसी राजा महाराजा के पैलेस घूमने जाएंगे. आज यहाँ पे आए हैं, बड़ा मजा आ रहा है. बड़ा मजा आ रहा है. A touch of royalty there that he witnesses, and he's completely happy about it. And here's another youngster who saw this grand sight just a couple of years ago and was so captivated that she wants to make another trip here. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I came here before and I was so amazed to see the lightning that I thought I should come back definitely. And this time I came with my colleagues. So I'm really enjoying. We had a really good time today.
So it seems to be a fun trip here with all friends, and this young man was really disappointed the last time that he came here. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the last time when I came here, arrived at around 12 o'clock in the night, so I wasn't able to see anything. It was completely dark, so we colleagues decided that we'll come this time and we'll see the lighting, and as we have heard it, it's very splendid. That's why we are here right now.
So all of them here waiting with bated breath for that particular glimpse of the beautiful sight that's going to be the illuminated Mysore Palace. Back to you, Sudhir.
Right, Pratibha, of course the Dussehra celebration is not yet over. Tomorrow is the big day of the Jumbo Safari. We'll continue to track all the splendor from Mysore with you live tomorrow as well. That's it then on Up South. On this special day of Dussehra, news and updates will continue on Headlines Today.